Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where as usual we've got ourselves a Civil War issue cropping up, and that is ultimately not the biggest deal. I mean, Hamilcar Bardona is the problem, and he's substantially below zero in his loyalty. In fact, he's a huge amount below zero in his loyalty. For now, all I'm going to do is I'm going to grant him stipends. And that is because the Bodinid family is currently considered scorned. So we're going to do that, and yes, that does not bring him up over zero. He is currently at, let's see here, it would be -8 is what he's actually at. I did a little bit of testing off camera here, and giving him free hands will bring him up to +12. Now, of course, we need to bring him up to 33 in order to get him out of this faction, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and tick forward for now. He is the primary issue, but just doing that brought our Civil War threshold down by 14%. So that is fantastic to me, and we will go ahead and work on our political influence again. Yes, our support in the Senate is hot garbage. That's fine. We definitely need to work on some internal stuff here. There is no doubt about that. We have expanded extremely aggressively, and we are going to chill for a little bit. That is absolutely fine. We're attempting to befriend Hamilcar Bardona, and I think, yeah, we go ahead and do this. We'll make as much progress as we possibly can. We're getting... Okay, we're actually quite far away still from integrating these guys. Bodo Hanid is now the one who's in charge. Okay, we do need a Bardona as the magistrate if we can. Yes, Bomilcar is perfect for that. Absolutely wonderful. Okay, so Hamilcar is still going to be an issue. We can persuade him. Ooh, yes. We'll happily take that. We can persuade him. That brings him up to 12. We can then give him free hands as well, which brings him up to actually 48. And he put down his troops. That is great. And who do we need to deal with next? A Hum Barca, huh? That is this guy here. Now, we can't currently give him free hands because he doesn't hold an office. That's okay. We can persuade him once we have the political influence there. And he's actually gaining 2 loyalty yearly as well, because apparently free hands was revoked from him at some point in the past. I'm not sure when that happened, but okay. So this should actually come up here. That was just a year tick that happened, but I guess that doesn't happen on the year tick. So we have 11 months until this Civil War, and I mean, we probably don't care all that much about this Civil War. That's probably a thing. We'll go ahead and persuade him. There we go. That brings him up to 29. That's great. And we can work on making friends with him, I suppose. He is pretty much the only remaining issue right now, so that's great. And we'll go ahead and head on in here. And I would absolutely love to attack these guys. I really, really would. Unfortunately, it is not going to happen, and oh man, this is like the 5th time I have attempted to start this particular episode. Every time when I zoom in, I thought I had this fixed, and it did fix in the testing, but for some reason, we're getting frame drops when I zoom in, and I don't know why. Now we're not. I think it's related to the water. Maybe not. Seems to be solid now. Okay, whatever. You know what? Sure, it's fine. I guess we'll take it. Hopefully the frame drops are only in the preview. It looks like it's locked to 60 right now, so hopefully it's fixed. It should definitely be, but I don't know what else to do other than get a new graphics card, which isn't possible right now. I would love to get a new graphics card. Sadly, they are not available. At any rate, we will continue through here. I've done everything that I can to try to make sure that this is running correctly. I don't know what's different between today and yesterday, but apparently something is. Regardless, we'll just proceed for now. And our stability is coming down, our political influence is coming up, our aggressive expansion and tyranny are both on their way down. There's not a lot we can do because the Senate is becoming more and more controlled by Democrats. Democrats now control 70% of the Senate. I feel like with our tyranny as high as it is, that's just going to keep getting worse. As far as I know, there's not really a way to interact with who currently controls the Senate. So there's that. Okay. Well, that is definitely a thing. A thing that we should consider. Maybe we should just try to reconcile. It's actually 80 tyranny at this point. That is something we could work on, I suppose. We're only losing 0.16 tyranny per month right now, which is unfortunate. I would be very happy if that was not the case. Unfortunately, it definitely is the case. We do have some provinces that are likely to rebel soon. This is not a surprise. And the Bodenids are still considered scorned. Okay, well, let's go ahead and work on our research efficiency. We are actually dropping in research efficiency, so we should probably continue working on that. We'll work on bringing these up to 60% with these sweet, sweet courts of law. That does, of course, give us territorial provincial loyalty as well. Build a court of law? Yes. Do it. I like it. And yes, give him the job. Sounds great. I've developed hiccups. Perfect timing. Hopefully they don't stick around for too long. That would be very, very obnoxious indeed. Okay, so we need some libraries here, and we can only build them in these two locations. That is fine. We'll go ahead and do that. So I want to expand right now. We should also probably be working on some of these missions. Port territories over here that have city status and are fortified. Right. So the issue with that, of course, is we need political power to upgrade them to city status. Specifically, we need 37.5 each. We can save up for that. A member of the Hanid family just died. We could put a Bodenid in here theoretically. Let's see. Second Army of the Saba of Africa. So we would need... How terrible would he be? We'll go for him. Okay. There we go. Sounds good to me. No. We're not going to... Well, I guess we'll grant this request. I don't like it, but we'll do it. I really, really don't like it. It's deeply unfortunate. Hey, Egypt. What do you guys think of us right now? Okay. Plus 26. Sure. That's not too bad. Hopefully they won't declare on us for a while. They probably won't, in all honesty. I don't think anybody really wants to deal with us right now. We've got that small Senate issue, of course. So we do need to deal with that. We could advocate legal reforms. That would not offset our tyrannical issue, though. We need to deal with our tyrannical issue if we want to have the Democrats on our side. And I feel like the Democrats being on our side is actually necessary, as they just keep getting more and more seats. The higher the Senate influence a character has compared to other characters in the country, the more seats their party will have. Aha! I knew there must be a way to do this. So, Bodo Hanid, that is us. He is a Democrat. So, really... sure, I'll take some Democrat support. So, really, what we've got going on here is the fact that all of these guys are the most influential faction members, and these guys are nowhere near as influential. Like, for example, Hanno Badona. This guy here, he's the party leader. So I would love to give him additional influence. Unfortunately, that's not really a thing right now, and we can afford an invention. And we could grab, say... research efficiency would be pretty good. But if we do want to get rid of tyranny, we may want to grab seated acclamation. And I think we'll go ahead and do that. There we go. Excellent. We're probably also going to have a rebellion here in 7 months, and that is Lusitania Maria... This one here. There. Meridionalis. There we go. Meridianalis, actually, is how I should pronounce that. We're going to go ahead and get in position for that, and we will move to, say... here's fine. That'll do, and we are going to attack these guys relatively quickly. Okay, this guy has now been elected. Magna Graecia lacks a leader, and what party does this guy belong to? He is a traditionalist. Sounds good to me. Anything that's not a Democrat is what I'm happy with. There we go. Didn't take the first time. So, the Democrats are not particularly happy with us, of course. Their influence is continuing to grow. They want us to do some confiscation. That's an interesting thing that they want us to do right now. Well, we could theoretically do that. We could go into our characters here, show families, and from anyone who is not a Democrat, I think, would be the best way to do this. So, like, Metallo Barca, to revoke his holdings, but he doesn't actually have any holdings to revoke. Sad. Everyone else who's a head of family is a Democrat, which I guess means that they want their own holdings revoked? I guess. So we'll revoke from this guy twice. Like so. And then we'll revoke from this guy twice. Actually, we can't. Can we revoke from this guy? Yes. We'll revoke 2 from this guy. He actually holds a lot. I did not mean to close that. There we go. So we will revoke from this guy. That's a lot of holdings. In fact, I'm going to revoke all of the remaining holdings from this guy. He holds too many things. So that was, I believe, 4. And that's 5. Perfect. 6 out of 5 for the Bodenids, huh? Okay. Well, let's take a look at what that does for our agenda. Perfect. I guess it's a fair amount of loyalty from the Democrats. And their agenda should finish up. And actually, we do have the support in the Senate right now to go after these guys and fabricate a claim. Perfect. So we'll get that underway. Yes, that maxes out our tyranny again. That is understood. Completely and totally understood. We do have a civil war potentially brewing. There we go. We achieved the democratic goal. That's wonderful. So they now have 54% approval of us, and of course that's going down because we're tyrannical by half a point per month. So we have a limited window in which to do things. That is good to know. We are definitely going to have some province rebellions very soon. And that is completely okay. That is completely and totally fine. So, with that under control, I believe I just found the reason why I was dropping frames. For some reason, I think a paused YouTube video was causing it. That is strange, but we're not dropping frames in the recording anymore from what I can tell. It still looks like it in the preview, but we're locked at 60 according to the text, which is usually correct. So hopefully that is indeed fixed. These guys are rebelling against us. We are not in the slightest shocked by this. We're going to come attack over here, and we're going to come attack up here. And we're going to be able to get rid of a lot of forts over here. That's wonderful. How are we doing on our fabrication? Okay, we're getting about 6 per month. Not bad. I can't help but notice that we're not sieging here. Oh, it's because we only attack here. I'm a moron. Yeah. It's literally only right here. Oh, I'm dumb. Well, okay. We'll accept that. So we'll help our allies siege. We'll bring in our siege engineers over here. And yeah, that definitely seems to have fixed the frame rate issue. Okay. Well, that is certainly exciting. There are barbarians up here, and I guess we're just going to walk up with these guys, take them off of road build. And we're going to come up here and just take out these barbs. Sure. No big deal. We'll finish up this siege, and we're going to have additional enemies rebelling, that's for sure. And we are probably going to need to deal with Bodo Hanid. That is also an issue. We could just bribe him, or rather persuade him. Or... He doesn't have an office for free hands. I don't want to pay the political power, but I will, just to prevent that. We do have Omen power and country civilization level. That's not too bad. And we did get an invention here. We could go for loyalty of characters +4, and we will definitely take that. Absolutely. That +4 is a big deal. Oh, did we get another one? We actually got another one. So we can go for additional tyranny reduction, I suppose. It's not like that's a huge deal, but, I mean, it will allow us to be a little bit more tyrannical. And, ooh, this one's real good. Okay, we probably want to grab that. So we'll work our way down that way. Sounds excellent to me. The siege will finish up soon enough, and we are going to have a couple more rebellions. Yep, we are not surprised by this, so these guys have rebelled. I'm going to send these guys down to get those barbs. These guys are going to come down here and deal with this rebellion. There we go. And then I think as soon as we're done with these barbarians, we'll come over here with this force. Excellent. Barbarians have been defeated, and we're going to come on down. Sounds great. Yep, this should be absolutely no problem. We're going to fight these guys. That's not their entire force, but that's part of it. And yeah, these guys are up here. They're gonna take some locations, but ultimately I think it's okay. We'll, I guess, come after these guys with this force. We may as well. It's not a huge deal. We'll be completely fine. And yeah, we'll just take this back, or maybe chase these guys down. Actually, we don't even need to. There's no fort here. We can just siege this and take all of this very, very quickly. Perfect. These guys are going to make their way up this way. And that is absolutely wonderful. Yep, they're killing some pops. And I don't like it, but it'll have to do. We'll take this, let it auto-cap, and then this war will be over. He is a traditionalist. His loyalty is super high. We'll make sure rules are being followed. Okay, these guys are actually not necessary to have up here. And these guys can return up to their station point, which is kind of anywhere, I suppose. Anywhere where they're not taking huge amounts of tradition? Huge amounts of tradition. Perfect. Huge amounts of attrition, anyway. We'll just move them over to here. We'll let this auto cap happen. And there it is. We're done with this. Sue for peace. We will take it. Perfect. And we'll lose half a point of AE, even though we don't have any. This is already almost done. We'll come on down to here. And this one looks like is done. Ah, right. We solved this one, not this one. So let's go ahead and sue for peace here, and we're going to take that. There we go. Perfect. And now we just need this one last area. A Gizgo just died. Okay. We can put in somebody who is most qualified. I'd prefer someone who is not a Democrat at this point. Let's see if we can get some more traditionalists in there. The Navy also, an oligarch would actually be good. We'll do it. Sounds great to me. So let's cap that last position, and I want to remove this holding, as well as switch this over to religious conversion. There we go. Are we taking attrition here? Yes, we are. So let's head down over, say, here. Perfect. Now we could build roads through our vassal here. That's an option. We are going to have them annexed here pretty soon. We do almost have this CB ready to go. Let's go ahead and put an end to this particular war. There we go. And we're going to move these guys up to here. They're also moving to that location. We're actually going to move these guys to here. And when we fight these guys, they are in an alliance with those two? Okay. Just thinking here. I want another army up here. Get up here. And then we'll have these guys be positioned like up here, and these guys ready to go in over here. And then these guys ready to go in up here. Sounds perfect. We have a limited window in which we can declare this war, so we're going to have to definitely make sure about that. And it was these guys here that rebelled. Let's remove that fortress, switch this over to religious conversion. There we go. Perfect. And then these guys up here rebelled, right? Or was it these? It was these. Okay. We will put those on religious conversion as well. Perfect. So we'll get that underway, and I do want to actually take a look at our religious map mode before we declare this. Have we ever looked at the religious map mode here? This is a cultural map mode. Now, our culture is spreading, but that's neither here nor there. The religious map mode, this is the more interesting thing here. You can see here, we're working on it. We have a ways to go. There's no doubt about that. So let's go back into the terrain map mode, and we are going to declare on these guys while we still have Senate approval, or some Senate approval anyway. And yeah, we're going to fight all of these. We're going to declare this. Yes, we gain tyranny. That's okay. So we're going to come in over here, take this location. These guys are still on the way up, so it's going to take them quite a while to make their way up here. We'll see if we manage to get there in time. We can call down an omen, and I'm actually feeling like we're doing... I feel like additional commerce income at this point is a waste. We don't need the discipline. We don't need the cash. We don't need the manpower recovery speed. I guess we might as well take the tyranny reduction. Let's do it. It is useful to lose the tyranny, so... Makes the Democrats ever so slightly happier. But if we get senatorial control out of the Democrat hands, then that's another kettle of fish entirely. Do we force march these guys? Probably not. I think we're okay. Yes, we can absolutely afford to spare the revenue. There we go. I do wish we could make our way up this way. Unfortunately, Fort Zone of Control here is blocking us. And this is going to auto-cap back, isn't it? Yep, it absolutely is. That's fine. These guys are heading up to intercept this force, and I guess we'll just leave this as is. Okay. Hello, mercs. Where are you going? No, seriously, where are you going? I want to follow them. Are they coming up over here? They might be. I want to crush them before they can restore their morale. Interesting. The Mauryan Civil War has ended again. Yeah, that's exactly where they're going. We're going to head up there. We've crushed this force. That is perfect. And we may or may not catch them here. We did lose Gerbil Ahiram, and that's fine. We'll go ahead and put in this guy. He is a traditionalist, and he is the most qualified. Fantastic. Stack wiped that force. Perfect. And we took out those mercs. Perfect. They are no longer in employ. That's ideal. I don't suppose we can make our way in over this way. Actually, we can. We can make our way in and begin sieging from this side. That's very strange, but okay. I guess we'll take it. Sure. I don't know why, but I'll allow it. And we should have absolutely no problem dealing with this force. Yeah. None whatsoever. We'll go ahead and siege down their capital. These guys, I'm going to send them down to not take attrition, and we can respawn with them if we need them. I don't think we will need them, in all honesty. Yeah, our allies can handle it. It's completely fine. No worries here whatsoever. So we'll go ahead and get this sieging done, and as soon as these two sieges are done, this war will be done. We now have this guy in charge. He is a Democrat, and he would like to reconcile. We do need somebody in over here, and We do have a Gizgo scorned. Is there a Gizgo who is not a Democrat? Yes. This guy's a traditionalist. Perfect. We'll put him in there, and we should start seeing our Senate drifting away from Democrats at this point. We are still getting more and more Democratic control as of right now, but I'm hoping that over time that'll start going down as we continue putting in non-Democrats into various offices. Oligarchs are our preferred because we have a lot of tyranny. So, yeah, oligarchs are definitely preferred if we want the Senate on our side. They're sieging over here. That's very annoying. I wish they wouldn't do that, but whatever. Honestly, why don't we come on up here? Stop this kind of flow of troops going this way. And then we can come over here, fight these guys. Should be fine. I like it. We've stack wiped these guys. We're coming up to attack. Yep. And we're going to come on down over here. Take care of these guys as well. We're just waiting on this last siege up here. We did just lose a Hanid. That's okay. We will put in this traditionalist. Perfect. I would actually prefer oligarchs, but traditionalists are fine. And we did complete that siege, so we're just waiting on autocap at this point. There we go. Let's go ahead and sue for peace. We're going to take all the things. 8 aggressive expansion. We accept this. And we will lose 1.5 aggressive expansion. Perfect. Let's go ahead and switch this immediately over to religious conversion and ditch this fort. And then ditch this fort. Switch this over to religious conversion. Ditch this fort. That's already on religious conversion. This fort up here can go away, and let's switch that as already on religious conversion. Perfect. These guys are... They are taking attrition there. We'll move them down to here. These guys will move down to here, and these guys down to here. Fantastic. We have a lack of construction leaders on a couple of Great Wonders, but we will look at that in the next episode. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. I will see you all next time.